Hey, Linda Jean Stokley here to teach a intermediate to advanced fiddle tune for the guitar. You can really think of this as an intermediate tune, but there's a lot of opportunity to expand upon this tune. The reason I would call this tune an advanced tune is because it is considered a crooked fiddle tune, and we'll get into that shortly, but this is called Old Aunt Jenny with Her Nightcap On. I learned this from the fiddler Estel Bingham from Bell County, Kentucky. And I'm going to pull up a worksheet that you can follow along with if you need visual help. I always do. So this tune is comprised of two parts, A part and a B part. When I am playing this tune with other Kentucky fiddlers and banjo players, we typically figure it out as we're going because some people play it as A-A-B-B. I play it as A-A-B. So whoever's leading the tune and has brought the tune to the table, I guess, has the ability to dictate exactly what form you're going to be using. But the A part is very simple. It has 4 phrases, and every phrase starts exactly the same. The first and third phrase end the exact same, and the second and fourth phrase end the exact same thing. So you're recognizing the pattern. So if you have never seen the way that I have things written out, basically what I'm referring to is the string name and the fret number. So A2, that would be the A string, 2nd fret. I'm going to be using my middle finger because sometimes when I'm accompanying myself, I will also like to play the chords along with the melody as my own accompaniment. You could also use your first finger if this is the way that you make your G's. Just kind of depends on how you play your G chords. So this is the first phrase. Okay, second phrase starts the same. Open, 2, 3. Again, 2, 2, open, 2, 2, 2, 2, open, 2, 3. So it's mimicking the fiddle. We get into the B part. I would use my first finger and fourth finger for D2, D4. So this is the B part, first and second line. Then the third and fourth line, so it starts the same. Open, 2, 3. Just like the endings that we played in the A part. So I would typically play that one time. And you can add hammer-ons. So you could hammer on from the open D open to the D2. So what makes this tune kind of tricky is we have crooked phrasings. And to tie that all together, I'll show you the chords. And so it's really difficult, I think, to play the chords to this tune unless you can sing that melody back to yourself. So if I show you these chords, kind of interesting. So for the A part, we have G, G and C, G, D and G twice. So each of these groupings refers to a boom chuck rhythm from your guitar. So you'd be making a G chord for the first section. You'd be hitting the 6th string, strumming, 4th string, strumming. Then the second grouping refers to G and C, but at a half value. So G, 6 strum, 5 strum. Hitting the 5th string, because it's the lowest note of the chord, we don't need to hit this open E. We can mute it with our finger, or we can just avoid it. The third grouping is just a lone G, 6, 4. Then the last, the D and G grouping. Boom, chuck, boom, chuck. So the whole first line of the A part chords, G, G, C, G, D, G again, da da da, da da da, da da da, da da. So that makes a lot of sense. That's pretty easy. Where it gets tricky is during the B part. These chords on the B part are a little tricky, just because we're gonna add one extra beat out of nowhere because it's cool, and because that's what the tune is dictating. So the B part starts on a C major chord. Sometimes you'll play with people that are not from Kentucky, and they will play an E minor chord, but a pretty good guess, if you're playing Kentucky fiddle music, you're pretty much always going to have the relative major playing the chord. So if you think in numbers, like say we're in the key of G like we are right now, if you think that it's maybe an E minor chord, if you think the relative minor is being played, play the major 4 chord against that, over the da 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 da. You could play but if we add the E minor as the first chord of the B part, it doesn't really have the same impact. Yes, you're playing those notes in the melody, but it sounds really, truly Kentucky when you put the major chords there. Unless it's a full-on minor tune, then that's kind of a different thing. But if you're playing a major tune, more often than not, you're going to be playing the major 4 and not the relative minor. And that makes it very interesting. So the B part. So C, you're going to do a boom chuck. However you make your C, you can do it like this, where you're hitting 5th, 3rd, or 5th, 4th, or you can even do or, however you make your C chord. So the first grouping, C, again C, G, one E minor bass note strum, back to C, C, G, D, G. So the full B part with the chords put together would be C, C, G, into the E minor if you want. C, C, G, D. You can add walks if that's fun for you too, if that's something that you really like to do. I love to walk in between chords, especially when I'm playing with another guitar player. I think it's really fun. So the cool thing about this tune, not only can you play the melody easily in this lower register, you can also play it in different registers of the guitar. You can get weird with it even. But once you learn the melody, then you can start adapting these things that make it unique to you. So like the B part, I like to add hammer-ons, pull-offs, slides, just to kind of give it more a stylistic guitar feel, because you're not playing the fiddle here. You're emulating the fiddle, but you're also utilizing the uniqueness of the guitar to play fiddle tunes. So check out this worksheet, follow along, listen to Estill Bingham play this. You can find a recording of him doing it on the Slippery Hill website. I'm sure that's a really great resource for listening to fiddle tunes. That's who you want to hear play it. He knows what he's doing with it, because you don't want to hear people playing E minor chords behind it. At least I don't. But good luck. I hope that this lesson was fun and enjoyable, and that you've learned some unique things and ways to adapt fiddle tunes to the guitar.